In a small village, namely Dago, there lived a kind and loving old couple, Kofi and Amma. They were known for their hard work and generosity, but there was sadness in their hearts. For many years they had prayed for a child, but their prayers went unanswered. One day, while Kofi was in the farm, tilling the land, he struck a strange pot buried deep in the soil. It was old, decorated with carvings of animals and stars. Curious, he took the pot home and showed it to Amma. "It's beautiful," Amma said, running her fingers over the carvings. As she opened it, a golden oil spilled out, glowing like the sun. The oil formed a small pool on the floor and began to move. To their astonishment, it started to take the shape of a child. In moments, a little girl with glowing skin and sparkling eyes stood before them. "I am Niame," she said softly. "The spirits of the land have heard your prayers. I am your daughter now." Amma and Kofi were overjoyed. They embraced Niame and promised to love her forever. She brought light into their lives, playing with other children, singing songs, telling stories, and helping with chores. The villagers too adored her because she was respectful and responsible. But Niame had a secret. One night, as they sat by the fire, she warned them, "Mother, father, I am not like other children. Fire is my weakness. It can destroy me." Kofi and Amma promised to protect her. They kept the fire far from Niame, using it only in a separate hut. Life was happy and peaceful. After some years, Niame grew into a teenager. She was still beautiful and nice. One dry season, the village was struck by a terrible drought. Crops failed, and the people grew desperate. One day, a fire broke out in the forest, spreading quickly toward the village. As the villagers tried to fight the flames, the fire continued separating and started burning down buildings and remaining crops. The villagers panicked, for they couldn't stop the fire. There was no water to quench the fire too. Niame stepped forward. "I must help," she said. "No, Niame," Amma cried. "The fire will harm you." But Niame smiled and said, "The spirits gave me to you to bring life and hope. If this is my purpose, I must fulfill it." Amma tried to stop her, but she left immediately. She ran toward the flames. As she approached, her glowing skin began to shine even brighter. The fire hesitated, as if recognizing her. Niame raised her arms, and a cool golden mist poured from her body, quenching the flames. Niame began to melt. She melted back into a blue oil, which stopped the fire from consuming the village. When the fire was gone, so was Niame. Amma and Kofi wept, but knew Niame's spirit had become one with the land. In the place where Niame stood before she melted away was a clay pot with design. The villagers noticed that the dying plants around the pot revived. From that day, the pot was kept in the village shrine, and the crops flourished like never before. Kofi and Amma, though saddened, felt proud of their daughter, whose sacrifice brought life to all. One day, Kofi was heading to the farm. After a year later, he stumbled upon a clay pot in the forest. He believed in his heart that he has been blessed again. So he took the pot home.